Okay, battery's going down, but we'll try to see what we can do, how far we'll go. Yeah, you said earlier that a lot of people coming here to this city, and that's true, because St. John, you only have one meal a day, and for the soup kitchen, here they serve you 3 meals a day, and Fredericton is attracting, sure, immigrants and rich people, but also the poor.
That's right.
And people that needs methadone. So are you concerned about all that?
I am concerned about that. I am concerned because in one particular area you have, meals being served, you have emergency shelters being provided so people have a place to sleep, they have a place to eat, you have the provision of methadone. I mean, these are all necessary things. But as part of my own investigation, what I want to find out is what percentage of these people are actually people from Fredericton. And should we be putting out the welcome mat and saying to people around the province, come on down here and we'll look after you? Like, where does the responsibility lie? And I know that it's important that everybody gets help. But is it, should the city, because the vast majority of these people are coming from other parts of the province or other parts of the country, should the city be paying for that?
Well, maybe Brad is such a beautiful city, that's why people come here.
Well, maybe it is.
I mean,
but it's not a reason that we have to provide you with 3 meals and a place to sleep and all of that.
So what do you do with that, Brad? How are you supposed to treat these people? This is Canada. I think they could go anywhere they want.
Well, they do go anywhere they want, but they're going to go where they want, and they're going to go to the place that probably looks after them the best.
Exactly.
So what place do you think that is? That's what Fredericton's getting a reputation for being a great place to look after you.
Exactly.
And somebody has to pay for that.
Exactly.
So if somebody's coming from Alberta and wants to come down here and spend 2 years and be fed and clothed, sorry, we have our own problems, and we have our own people to look after. The people that's first on the priority list are people from this community that have paid into this community or their families have paid into this community. Second, New Brunswickers. And then third, Canadians. But you know, Charles, how the numbers go up in the summertime when people start to travel.
Oh, yes.
Well, don't you think once in a while that maybe people are taking advantage a little bit?
Well, look at me, Brad. I end up in the city. I'm on social assistance.
I am looking at you. Yeah, but I never use you as an example.
No, I know that. But, I mean, it's a beautiful city.
Well, it is.
But then, when you have the shelter, at least you could keep these visitors in that area. That's what I'm trying to tell you there.
Let me put it to you this way. What if we built a shelter that can hold 3 times more people, and a food bank that can accommodate three times more people? You know what's going to happen? They're going to fill them.
Yep.
And they're going to be feeding them.
Yep.
So, where do you draw the line? Like, there is a need that has to be dealt with. But I don't think we should be going beyond what we're responsible for. And right now, I think the food bank, I think the soup kitchen, and I think the shelter is going beyond what they're really capable of. And it's because we're making this all available. It's a great spot.
And people are very generous when it comes to help.
They're very generous. This is a very generous and caring and compassionate community. But you know, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered. And when those questions are answered, I think it's going to give us a better idea and a better picture of exactly what's going on in this community.
Should they feed them 1 meal a day, or?
Well, you know, that's not really up to me to say. No. And it's not to say if you live in this street you get fed, or if you live in that street you don't get. I mean, I can't do that, Charles. What I want to do is I want to look after people who we have a responsibility to look after. And the city of Fredericton does not participate in education, healthcare, or social programming.
And you put a good point when they cannot shut down Senecare and all that. There's a lot of people that have mental disabilities.
There's people up there that are staying up there not on a nightly emergency basis, but on a yearly basis.
Yeah,
and that's unfair. That's not what that facility was intended to be for.
I agree with you.
And if you come into town from outside somewhere and you need a place to stay and you're going to be here for a day or two before you leave, then I don't see a problem with that. But I mean, if you're coming here to live, well, I would suggest that your own community take charge and look after you.
That's good, Brad. Okay, let's stop.